People assume I died for years ago. The truth being that I wish I had. I had met him online, you see. I was 14 at the time, and so was he. At least, that's what he told me in his messages. You hear about abductions all the time on the news, but you always think, that won't happen to me. Well, it did. And now there's no going back. I've accepted my fate now, part of the furniture, so to speak, and eerily rather accurate. I live in an abandoned fairground now, just the two of us. It's pretty derelict, and that's just how he likes it. The Fairground of Utopia, he calls it. More like the Fairground of Hell. I've always wondered if we were trespassing, but no one seems to have reported us, or has come to visit in the past few years that I have been held here, so maybe he owns the place. I pray for my freedom, but it looks like God has abandoned me in the same way that my body has. What do you mean? I hear you ask. You see, there's this drug called tetrodotoxin. I'd never heard of it before until my captor explained to me what he had done. Tetrodotoxin interferes with the transmission of signals from nerves to muscles and causes an increasing paralysis of the muscles of the body, meaning that once it has kicked in, I wouldn't be able to move an inch of my body apart from my eyes. I spend every waking minute of my life in what I like to call my glass tomb, more commonly known as a fortune teller's booth. Tetrodotoxin can be fatal, and I long for the day when my captor accidentally overdoses me. But as the years go by, I'm losing hope. If I don't die now, I will be a living doll for the rest of my life. I knew he had poisoned me the moment I went numb with just a sensation of prickling and tingling of my lips and tongue, shortly followed by facial numbness, a blinding headache, profuse sweating, abdominal pain and overall weakness, before even my speech gave up on me. And that was only the beginning. I started to lose feeling all over, realizing then that I had gone into paralysis. I struggled to breathe. My heart was racing abnormally. And then, for the first time in my life, I suffered a seizure. When I finally woke up, I found myself locked inside a fortune teller's booth in the middle of an abandoned fairground, completely paralyzed, and I have been here ever since. My abductor visits me daily, of course. He feeds me, waters me, and keeps me topped up on tetrodotoxin, but not too much because that would prove to be fatal. How sweet of him to care. I'm his plateau now, and there is no light at the end of this tunnel.